Scene Britain, Italy. Act 1. Scene 1, Britain, the garden of Cymbeline's palace. Enter 2 gentlemen. First gentleman. You do not meet a man but frowns, our bloods. No more obey the heavens than our courtiers. Still seem as does the king, s. Second gentleman. But what's the matter? First gentleman. His daughter and the heir of's kingdom, whom he purposed to his wife's sole son, a widow. That late he married, hath referred herself unto a poor but worthy gentleman, she's wedded. Her husband banished, she imprisoned, all is outward sorrow, though I think the king be touched at very heart. Second gentleman. None but the king. First gentleman. He that hath lost her too, so is the queen. That most desired the match, but not a courtier. Although they wear their faces to the bent of the king's looks, hath a heart that is not glad at the thing they scowl at. Second gentleman. And why so? First gentleman. He that hath missed the princess is a thing too bad for bad report, and he that hath her, I mean that married her, alack, good man, and therefore banished, is a creature such as to seek through the regions of the earth. For one his like, there would be something failing in him that should compare, I do not think, so fair an outward, and such stuff within, endows a man, but he. Second gentleman. You speak him far. First gentleman. I do extend him, sir, within himself. Crush him together, rather than unfold his measure duly. Second gentleman. What's his name and birth? First gentleman. I cannot delve him to the root. His father was called Cecilius, who did join his honor against the Romans with Cymbeline, but had his titles by Tenantius, whom he served with glory and admired success. So gained the suredition Leonatus, and had, besides this gentleman in question, 2 other sons, who in the wars time died with their swords in hand, for which their father, then old and fond of issue, took such sorrow that he quit being, and his gentle lady. Big of this gentleman, our theme, deceased. As he was born, the king he takes the babe to his protection, calls him posthumous Leonatus, breeds him and makes him of his bedchamber, puts to him all the learnings that his time could make him the receiver of, which he took, as we do air, fast as 'twas ministered, and in spring became a harvest, lived in court, which rare it is to do, most praised, most loved, a sample to the youngest, to th more mature, a glass that feeded them, and to the graver, a child that guided dotards to his mistress, for whom he now is banished, her own price proclaims how she esteemed him and his virtue. By her election may be truly read what kind of man he is. Second gentleman. I honor him, even out of your report, but pray you tell me, is she sole child to th king? First gentleman. His only child. He had 2 sons, if this be worth your hearing. Mark it, the eldest of them, at 3 years old. Ith swathing clothes the other, from their nursery, were stolen, and to this hour no guess in knowledge which way they went. Second gentleman. How long is this ago? First gentleman. some 20 years. Second gentleman, that a king's children should be so conveyed, so slackly guarded, and the search so slow, that could not trace them. First gentleman, howsoe'er 'tis strange, or that the negligence may well be laughed at, yet is it true, sir. Second gentleman, I do well believe you. First gentleman, we must forbear, here comes the gentleman. The queen and princess, same too, the same. Enter queen, posthumous and Imogen. Queen, no, be assured you shall not find me, daughter. After the slander of most stepmothers, evil-eyed unto you, you're my prisoner, but your jailer shall deliver you the keys that lock up your restraint for you, posthumous. So soon as I can win offended king, I will be known your advocate, Mary, yet the fire of rage is in him, and 'twere good you leaned unto his sentence with what patience your wisdom may inform you. Posthumus. Please your highness, I will from hence today. Queen, you know the peril. I'll fetch a turn about the garden, pitying the pangs of barred affections, though the king hath charged you should not speak together. Chapter 999, Imogen. O dissembling courtesy, how fine this tyrant can tickle where she wounds, my dearest husband. I something fear my father's wrath, but nothing. Always reserved my holy duty, what his rage can do on me, you must be gone. And I shall here abide the hourly shot of angry eyes, not comforted to live. But that there is this jewel in the world, that I may see again. Posthumus. My queen, my mistress. O lady, weep no more, lest I give cause to be suspected of more tenderness than doth become a man. I will remain the loyalty husband that did ere plight troth. My residence in Rome at one Philario S., who to my father was a friend to me, known but by letter, thither write my queen, and with mine eyes I'll drink the words you send, though ink be made of gall. Enter queen. Queen, be brief, I pray you. If the king come, I shall incur I know not how much of his displeasure, yet I'll move him to walk this way. I never do him wrong, but he does by my injuries to be friends, pays dear for my offenses. Posthumus. Should we be taking leave? As long a term as yet we have to live, the loathness to depart would grow. Adieu. Chapter 999, Imogen. Nay, stay a little. Were you but riding forth to air yourself, such parting were too petty. Look here, love. This diamond was my mother's, take it heart, but keep it till you woo another wife, when Imogen is dead. Posthumus. So how another? You gentle gods, give me but this I have, and sear up my embracements from a next. With bonds of death, remain thou here. Puts on the ring, while sense can keep it on, and sweetest, fairest, as I my poor self did exchange for you. To your so infinite loss, so in our trifles, I still win of you, for my sake wear this. It is a manacle of love, I'll place it upon this fairest prisoner. Puts a bracelet on her arm. Chapter 999, Imogen. O the gods, when shall we see again? Enter Cymbeline and lords. Postamus. Alack the king. Cymbeline. Thou basest thing, avoid hence from my sight. If after this command thou fraught the court, with thy unworthiness thou deest away, thou art poison to my blood. Postamus. The gods protect you, and bless the good remainders of the court. I am gone. Chapter 999, Imogen. There cannot be a pinch in death more sharp than this is. Cymbeline. O disloyal thing, that shouldst repair my youth, thou heap'st a year's age on me. Chapter 999, Imogen. I beseech you, sir, harm not yourself with your vexation. I am senseless of your wrath, a touch more rare subdues all pangs, all fears. Cymbeline. Past grace, obedience. Chapter 999, Imogen. Past hope and in despair, that way past grace. Cymbeline. That mightst have had the sole son of my queen. Chapter 999, Imogen. O bless that I might not, I chose an eagle, and did avoid a puttock. Cymbeline. Thou took'st a beggar, wouldst have made my throne a seat for baseness. Chapter 999, Imogen. No, I rather added a lustre to it. Cymbeline. O thou vile one. Chapter 999, Imogen. Sir, it is your fault that I have loved Posthumus. You bred him as my playfellow, and he is a man worth any woman, overbuys me almost the sum he pays. Cymbeline. What art thou mad? Chapter 999, Imogen. Almost, sir, heaven restore me, would I were a neat herd's daughter, and my Leonatus, our neighbor shepherd's son. Enter queen. Cymbeline. Thou foolish thing. They were again together, you have done. Not after our command, away with her, and pen her up. Queen. Beseech your patience, peace. Dear lady daughter, peace, sweet sovereign. Leave us to ourselves, and make yourself some comfort out of your best advice. Cymbeline. Nay, let her languish a drop of blood a day, and being aged, die of this folly. Exit with lords. Enter Pisanio. Queen. Fie, you must give way. Here is your servant. How now, sir, what news? Pisanio. My lord your son drew on my master. Queen. Hard. No harm, I trust, is done. Pisanio. There might have been, but that my master rather played than fought, and had no help of anger, they were parted by gentlemen at hand. Queen. I am very glad on't. Chapter 999, Imogen. Your son's my father's friend, he takes his part to draw upon an exile, O brave sir. I would they were in Afric both together, myself by with a needle, that I might prick the goer back. Why came you from your master? Pisanio. On his command, he would not suffer me to bring him to the haven, left these notes of what commands I should be subject to. Whent pleased you to employ me? Queen, this hath been your faithful servant, I dare lay mine honor. He will remain so. Pisanio. I humbly thank your highness. Queen, pray walk a while. Chapter 999, Imogen. About some half-hour hence, pray you speak with me. You shall at least go see my lord aboard. For this time leave me. Scene 3, Britain, a public place. Enter Cloten and 2 lords. First Lord. Sir, I would advise you to shift a shirt. The violence of action hath made you reek as a sacrifice. Where air comes out, air comes in, there's none abroad so wholesome as that you vent. Chapter 150, Cloten. If my shirt were bloody, then to shift it, have I hurt him? Second Lord. No, faith, not so much as his patience. First Lord. Hurt him, his body's a passable carcass, if he be not hurt. It is a thoroughfare for steel, if it be not hurt. Second Lord. His steel was in debt, it went backside the town. Chapter 150, Cloten. The villain would not stand me. Second Lord. No, but he fled forward still, toward your face. First Lord. Stand you, you have land enough of your own, but he added to your having, gave you some ground. Second Lord. As many inches as you have oceans. Puppies. Chapter 150, Cloten. I would they had not come between us. Second Lord. So would I, till you had measured how long a fool you were upon the ground. Chapter 150, Cloten. And that she should love this fellow and refuse me. Second Lord. If it be a sin to make a true election, she is damned. First Lord. Sir, as I told you always, her beauty and her brain go not together. She's a good sign, but I have seen small reflection of her wit. Second Lord. She shines not upon fools, lest the reflection should hurt her. Chapter 150, Cloten. Come, I'll to my chamber, would there had been some hurt done. Second Lord. I wish not so, unless it had been the fall of an ass, which is no great hurt. Chapter 150, Cloten. You'll go with us. First Lord. I'll attend your lordship. Chapter 150, Cloten. Nay, come, let's go together. Second Lord. Well, my lord. Scene 4, Britain, Cymbeline's palace. Enter Imogen and Pisanio. Chapter 999, Imogen. I would thou grewst unto the shores haven, and questionedst every sail, if he should write. And I not have it, twere a paper lost. As offered mercy is, what was the last? That he spake to thee. Pisanio. It was his queen, his queen. Chapter 999, Imogen. Then waved his handkerchief. Pisanio. And kissed it, madam. Chapter 999, Imogen. Senseless linen, happier therein than I. And that was all. Pisanio. No, madam, for so long. As he could make me with his eye or ear. Distinguish him from others, he did keep. The deck with glove or hat or handkerchief. Still waving, as the fits and stirs of's mind. Could best express how slow his soul sailed on. How swift his ship. Chapter 999, Imogen. Thou shouldst have made him as little as a crow or less ere left. To after I him. Pisanio. Madam, so I did. Chapter 999, Imogen. I would have broke mine eye strings, cracked them, but to look upon him till the diminution of space had pointed him sharp as my needle. Nay, followed him till he had melted from the smallness of a gnat to air, and then have turned mine eye and wept. But good Pisanio, when shall we hear from him? Pisanio. Be assured, madam, with his next vantage. Chapter 999, Imogen. I did not take my leave of him, but had most pretty things to say, ere I could tell him how I would think on him at certain hours. Such thoughts and such, or I could make him swear the she's of Italy should not betray mine interest and his honor, or have charged him at the 6th hour of morn, at noon, at midnight, encounter me with orisons, for then I am in heaven for him, or ere I could give him that parting kiss which I had set betwixt two charming words, comes in my father, and like the tyrannous breathing of the north, shakes all our buds from growing. Enter a lady. Lady. The Queen, madam, desires your highness company. Chapter 999, Imogen. Those things I bid you do, get them dispatched. I will attend the Queen. Pisanio. Madam, I shall. Scene 5, Rome, Philario's house. Enter Philario, Imogen, a Frenchman, a Dutchman, and a Spaniard. Imogen. Believe it, sir, I have seen him in Britain. He was then of a crescent note, expected to prove so worthy as since he hath been allowed the name of. But I could then have looked on him without the help of admiration, though the catalogue of his endowments had been tabled by his side, and I to peruse him by items. Pisanio. You speak of him when he was less furnished than now he is with that which makes him both without and within. Frenchman. I have seen him in France. We had very many there could behold the sun with as firm eyes as he. Imogen. This matter of marrying his king's daughter, wherein he must be weighed rather by her value than his own, words him, I doubt not, a great deal from the matter. Frenchman. And then his banishment. Imogen. I and the approbation of those that weep this lamentable divorce under her colours are wonderfully to extend him, be it but to fortify her judgment, which else an easy battery might lay flat, for taking a beggar without less quality. But how comes it he is to sojourn with you? How creeps acquaintance? Pisanio. His father and I were soldiers together, to whom I have been often bound for no less than my life. Enter Posthumus. Here comes the Briton. Let him be so entertained amongst you as suits with gentlemen of your knowing to a stranger of his quality. I beseech you all be better known to this gentleman, whom I commend to you as a noble friend of mine. How worthy he is, I will leave to appear hereafter, rather than story him in his own hearing. Frenchman. Sir, we have known together in Orleans. Posthumus. Since when I have been debtor to you for courtesies, which I will be ever to pay, and yet pay still. Frenchman. Sir, you orate my poor kindness. I was glad I did atone my countrymen and you. It had been pity you should have been put together with so mortal a purpose as then each bore, upon importance of so slight and trivial a nature. Posthumus. By your pardon, sir, I was then a young traveller, rather shunned to go even with what I heard than in my every action to be guided by others' experiences, but upon my mended judgment, if I offend not to say it is mended, my quarrel was not altogether slight. Frenchman. Faith, yes, to be put to the arbitrament of swords, and by such too that would by all likelihood have confounded one the other, or have fallen both. Iachimo. Can we, with manners, ask what was the difference? Frenchman. Safely, I think, 'twas a contention in public, which may, without contradiction, suffer the report. It was much like an argument that fell out last night, where each of us fell in praise of our country mistresses, this gentleman at that time vouching, and upon warrant of bloody affirmation, his to be more fair, virtuous, wise, chaste, constant, qualified, and less attemptable than any the rarest of our ladies in France. Iachimo. That lady is not now living, or this gentleman's opinion, by this, worn out. Postaumus. She holds her virtue still, and I my mind. Iachimo. You must not so far prefer her, 4 hours of Italy. Postaumus. Being so far provoked as I was in France, I would abate her nothing, though I profess myself her adorer, not her friend. Iachimo. As fair and as good, a kind of hand-in-hand comparison, had been something too fair and too good for any lady in Britain. If she went before others, I have seen, as that diamond of yours outlusters many I have beheld, I could not but believe she excelled many, but I have not seen the most precious diamond that is, nor you the lady. Postaumus. I praised her as I rated her, so do I my stone. Iachimo. What do you esteem it at? Postaumus. More than the world enjoys. Iachimo. Either your unparagoned mistress is dead, or she's outprised by a trifle. Postaumus. You are mistaken. The one may be sold or given if there were wealth enough for the purchase or merit for the gift. The other is not a thing for sale, and only the gift of the gods. Iachimo. Which the gods have given you. Postaumus. Which by their graces I will keep. Iachimo. You may wear her in title yours, but you know strange foul light upon neighboring ponds. Your ring may be stolen too, so your brace of unprizable estimations, the one is but frail and the other casual. A cunning thief, or a that way accomplished courtier, would hazard the winning both of first and last. Postaumus. Your Italy contains none so accomplished a courtier to convince the honor of my mistress, if in the holding or loss of that you term her frail. I do nothing doubt you have store of thieves, notwithstanding, I fear not my ring. Philario. Let us leave here, gentlemen. Postaumus. Sir, with all my heart, this worthy Signior, I thank him, makes no stranger of me. We are familiar at first. Iachimo. With 5 times so much conversation, I should get ground of your fair mistress, make her go back even to the yielding, had I admittance and opportunity to friend. Postaumus. No. Iachimo. I dare thereupon pawn the moiety of my estate to your ring, which, in my opinion, overvalues it something. But I make my wager rather against your confidence than her reputation, and to bar your offence herein too, I durst attempt it against any lady in the world. Postaumus. You are a great deal abuzzed in too bold a persuasion, and I doubt not you sustain what ye are worthy of by your attempt. Iachimo. What's that? Postaumus. A repulse, though your attempt, as you call it, deserve more, a punishment too. Philario. Gentlemen, enough of this. It came in too suddenly, let it die as it was born, and I pray you be better acquainted. Iachimo. Would I had put my estate and my neighbors on approbation of what I have spoke. Postaumus. What lady would you choose to assail? Iachimo, yours whom in constancy you think stands so safe. I will lay you 10,000 ducats to your ring that commend me to the court where your lady is, with no more advantage than the opportunity of a second conference, and I will bring from thence that honor of hers which you imagine so reserved. Postamus. I will wage against your gold, gold to it. My ring I hold dear as my finger, tease part of it. Iachimo, you are a friend, and therein the wiser. If you buy ladies' flesh at 1,000,000 a dram, you cannot preserve it from tainting. But I see you have some religion in you that you fear. Postamus. This is but a custom in your tongue. You bear a graver purpose, I hope. Iachimo, I am the master of my speeches, and would undergo what's spoken, I swear. Postamus. Will you? I shall but lend my diamond till your return. Let there be covenants drawn betweens. My mistress exceeds in goodness the hugeness of your unworthy thinking. I dare you to this match. Here's my ring. Philario. I will have it no lay. Iachimo. By the gods, it is one. If I bring you no sufficient testimony that I have enjoyed the dearest bodily part of your mistress, my 10,000 ducats are yours, so is your diamond too. If I come off and leave her in such honor as you have trust in, she your jewel, this your jewel, and my gold are yours, provided I have your commendation for my more free entertainment. Postamus. I embrace these conditions, let us have articles betwixt us. Only thus far you shall answer. If you make your voyage upon her, and give me directly to understand you have prevailed, I am no further your enemy. She is not worth our debate. If she remain unseduct, you not making it appear otherwise, for your ill opinion and assault you have made to her chastity, you shall answer me with your sword. Iachimo. Your hand a covenant. We will have these things set down by lawful counsel, and straightway for Britain, lest the bargain should catch cold and starve. I will fetch my gold, and have our 2 wagers recorded. Postamus. Agreed. Exeunt posthumus and Iachimo. Frenchman. Will this hold, think you? Philario. Signia Iachimo will not from it, pray let us follow 'em. Scene 6, Britain, Cymbeline's palace. Enter Queen, ladies, and Cornelius. Queen. Whiles yet the dew's on ground, gather those flowers. Make haste, who has the note of them? Lady. I, madam. Queen. Dispatch. Now, Master Doctor, have you brought those drugs? Cornelius. Pleaseth your highness, aye, here they are, madam. Presenting a box. But I beseech your grace, without offence. My conscience bids me ask, wherefore you have commanded of me these most poisonous compounds, which are the movers of a languishing death. But though slow, deadly. Queen. I wonder, doctor. Thou ask'st me such a question, have I not been thy pupil long, hast thou not learned me to make perfumes, distill, preserve, yea so, that our great king himself doth woo me oft. For my confections, having thus far proceeded, unless thou think'st me devilish, is't not meet that I did amplify my judgment in other conclusions. I will try the forces of these thy compounds on such creatures as we count not worth the hanging, but none human, to try the vigor of them and apply aliments to their act, and by them gather their several virtues and effects. Cornelius. Your highness shall from this practice but make hard your heart. Besides, the seeing these effects will be both noisome and infectious. Queen. O content thee. Enter Pisanio. Here comes a flattering rascal, upon him will I first work, he's for his master. An enemy to my son, how now Pisanio? Doctor, your service for this time is ended. Take your own way. Cornelius. I do suspect you, madam. But you shall do no harm. Queen. Hark thee, a word. Cornelius. I do not like her, she doth think she has strange lingering poisons, I do know her spirit, and will not trust one of her malice with a drug of such damned nature, though she has, will stupefy and dull the sense a while, which first perchance she'll prove on cats and dogs, then afterward up higher, but there is no danger in what show of death it makes, more than the locking up the spirits a time. To be more fresh, reviving, she is fooled with a most false effect, and I the truer. So to be false with her. Queen. No further service, doctor, until I send for thee. Cornelius. I humbly take my leave. Queen. Weeps she still, says he thou, dost thou think in time she will not quench, and let instructions enter. Where folly now possesses, do thou work. When thou shalt bring me word, she loves my son, I'll tell thee on the instant thou art then as great as is thy master, greater for his fortunes all lie speechless, and his name is at last gasp, return he cannot nor continue where he is, to shift his being is to exchange one misery with another, and every day that comes to decay. A day's work in him, what shalt thou expect? To be depender on a thing that lanes, who cannot be new built, nor has no friends, so much as but to prop him. The queen drops the box, Pisanio takes it up. Thou taxed up. Thou know'st not what, but take it for thy labor. It is a thing I made, which hath the king 5 times redeemed from death, I do not know what is more cordial, nay, I prithee take it. It is an earnest of a further good, that I mean to thee, tell thy mistress how the case stands with her, as from thyself. Think what a chance thou changest on, but think thou hast thy mistress still, to boot, my son. Who shall take notice of thee? I'll move the king to any shape of thy preferment, such as thou'lt desire, and then myself I chiefly that set thee on to this desert am bound to load thy merit richly, call my women. Think on my words. A sly and constant knave, not to be shacked, the agent for his master, and the remembrancer of her to hold. The hand fast to her lord, I have given him that, which if he take, shall quite unpeople her. Of leaders for her sweet, and which she after, except she bend her humour, shall be assured to taste of 2. Enter Pisanio and ladies. So, well done, well done. The violets, cowslips, and the primroses bear to my closet, fare thee well, Pisanio. Think on my words. Exeunt queen and ladies. Pisanio. And shall do. But when to my good lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself, there's all I'll do for you. Scene 7, Britain, the palace. Enter Imogen, alone. Chapter 999, Imogen. A father cruel, and a stepdame false. A foolish suitor to a wedded lady, that hath her husband banished, oh that husband, my supreme crown of grief, and those repeated vexations of it, had I been thief stol'n. As my two brothers, happy, but most miserable, is the desire that's glorious, blessed be those, how mean soe'er, that have their honest wills, which seasons comfort, who may this be, fie. Enter Pisanio, and Iachimo. Pisanio. Madam, a noble gentleman of Rome, comes from my lord, with letters. Iachimo. Change you, madam. The worthy Leonatus is in safety, and greets your highness dearly. Presents a letter. Chapter 999, Imogen. Thanks, good sir. You're kindly welcome. Iachimo. All of her that is out of door most rich, if she be furnished with a mind so rare. She is alone Arabian bird, and I have lost the wager, boldness be my friend. Arm me audacity from head to foot, or like the Parthian, I shall flying fight. Rather directly fly. Chapter 999, Imogen. He is one of the noblest note, to whose kindnesses I am most infinitely tied. Reflect upon him accordingly, as you value your trust. Leonatus. So far I read aloud, but even the very middle of my heart is warmed by rest, and takes it thankfully. You are as welcome, worthy sir, as I have words to bid you, and shall find it so in all that I can do. Iachimo. Thanks, fairest lady. What are men mad, hath nature given them eyes to see this vaulted arch, and the rich crop of sea and land, which can distinguish twixt the fiery orbs above, and the twinned stones upon the numbered beach, and can we not partition make with spectacles so precious twixt fair and foul? Chapter 999, Imogen. What makes your admiration? Iachimo. It cannot be I for apes and monkeys. Twixt two such she's would chatter this way and contemn with mows the other, nor judgment. For idiots in this case of favor would be wisely definite, nor appetite. Sluttery to such neat excellence opposed should make desire vomit emptiness, not so allured to feed. Chapter 999, Imogen. What is the matter, tro? Iachimo. The cloyed will, that satiate yet unsatisfied desire, that tub, both filled and running, ravening first the lamb, longs after for the garbage. Chapter 999, Imogen. What, dear sir, thus raps you, are you well? Iachimo. Thanks, madam, well, beseech you, sir. Desire my man's abode where I did leave him. He's strange and peevish. Pisanio. I was going, sir, to give him welcome. Chapter 999, Imogen. Continues well, my lord, his health beseech you. Iachimo. Well, madam. Chapter 999, Imogen. Is he disposed to mirth? I hope he is. Iachimo. Exceeding pleasant, none a stranger there. So merry and so gamesome, he is called the Briton reveller. Chapter 999, Imogen. When he was here, he did incline to sadness, and oft times, not knowing why. Iachimo. I never saw him sad. There is a Frenchman, his companion, one. An eminent monsieur that, it seems, much loves. A galleon girl at home, he furnaces. The thick sighs from him, whiles the jolly Briton. Your lord, I mean, laughs from's free lungs, cries, oh. Can my sides hold, to think that man who knows, by history, report, or his own proof, what woman is, yea, what she cannot choose, but must be, will's free hours languish for assured bondage. Chapter 999, Imogen. Will my lord say so? I achimo. I, madam, with his eyes in flood with laughter. It is a recreation to be by, and hear him mock the Frenchman, but heavens know, some men are much to blame. Chapter 999, Imogen. Not he, I hope. I achimo. Not he, but yet heaven's bounty towards him might be used more thankfully, in himself, 'tis much. In you, which I account his, beyond all talents. Whilst I am bound to wonder, I am bound to pity too. Chapter 999, Imogen. What do you pity, sir? I achimo. Two creatures heartily. Chapter 999, Imogen. Am I one, sir? You look on me, what wreck discern you in me? Deserves your pity. I achimo. Lamentable, what? To hide me from the radiant sun and solace. Ith, dungeon by a snuff. Chapter 999, Imogen. I pray you, sir, deliver with more openness your answers to my demands. Why do you pity me? I achimo. That others do. I was about to say, enjoy your, but it is an office of the gods to venge it, not mine to speak on't. Chapter 999, Imogen. You do seem to know something of me or what concerns me, pray you, since doubting things go ill often hurts more than to be sure they do, for certainties either are past remedies or timely knowing. The remedy then born, discover to me what both you spur and stop. I achimo. Had I this cheek to bathe my lips upon, this hand whose every touch would force the feeler's soul to oath of loyalty, this object which takes prisoner the wild motion of mine eye. Fixing it only here, should I, damned then, slaver with lips as common as the stairs that mount the Capitol, join gripes with hands made hard with hourly falsehood as with labor, then by peeping in an eye, base and illustrious as the smoky light that's fed with stinking tallow. It were fit that all the plagues of hell should at one time encounter such revolt. Chapter 999, Imogen. My lord, I fear, has forgot Britain. I achimo. And himself, not I, inclined to this intelligence pronounce the beggary of his change, but tease your graces, that from my mutest conscience to my tongue charms this report out. Chapter 999, Imogen. Let me hear no more. I achimo. O dearest soul, your cause doth strike my heart with pity that doth make me sick. A lady so fair and fastened to an empery would make the great Stee King double to be partnered with tomboys heard with that self-exhibition which your own coffers yield with diseased ventures. that play with all infirmities for gold, which rottenness can lend nature, such boiled stuff. As well might poison be revenged. Or she that bore you was no queen, and you recoil from your great stock. Chapter 999, Imogen. Revenged. How should I be revenged, if this be true? As I have such a heart, that both mine ears must not in haste abuse, if it be true. How should I be revenged? I a chimo. Should he make me live like Diana's priest betwixt cold sheets, whiles he is vaulting variable ramps? In your despite, upon your purse, revenge it. I dedicate myself to your sweet pleasure, more noble than that runagate to your bed, and will continue fast to your affection, still close as sure. Chapter 999, Imogen. What ho, Pisanio? I a chimo. Let me my service tender on your lips. Chapter 999, Imogen. Away, I do condemn mine ears that have so long attended thee. If thou wert honorable, thou wouldst have told this tale for virtue, not for such an end. Thou seek'st as base as strange. Thou wrong'st a gentleman who is as far from thy report as thou from honor, and solicits here a lady that disdains